Oh, there you are. Hey, you want to go for a walk? People have been asking me, hey, Lisa, we want to talk about what it's like for you walking with God. So we've got to have like a new series just called Walking with God. Just some kind of practical advice about how to live your life and how to walk with God on a day-to-day basis. So today you're here at my ranch out here in Kansas. It's a beautiful day. It's just exciting. So today I feel really good. The sun is shining, and I think sometimes it's like that where, the sun is shining and everything's going good. And on those days when you're walking with God, it's good to just kind of slow down and hang out with Him, But some days are like this over here. Come this way. Come over here. Let me show you this. Some days, walking with God is like this. You feel like you're all broken down and your wheels fell off, right? Aren't these cool? I love these wagon wheels. I got them from my friend Joyce. They're pretty cool. But sometimes you feel like you're going along and the wheels will just come off your wagon and you're like, what is this all about? I don't know what's going on, God. But the one thing I know is that even when it looks like things are broken and they're not working right, God's right there with you. And in the midst of that, you're going to learn how to fix, a wheel. You're going to learn that God causes things to stop or transition or change because there's something there that God wants you to learn. And sometimes it's not even about learning, it's experiencing. I always tell people that if you're a prophetic person, you don't learn anyway, right? You're imprinted, which means through going through that experience, God literally impresses Himself, a part of His nature inside of you. And who doesn't want to have God press some of His nature, His character, His attributes inside of them? And that's what it is. That's what it's all about, walking with God. It's just day after day, walking with Him, experiencing things. Sometimes even if it's like the wheels fall off and you're like, what in the world is going on, God? So I know many times people are going through a hard time, and maybe that's you. But you know what? Look, one time we broke down out in the desert in Arizona. And I had my daughter and another lady with me. And I got out, because I was thinking, oh my gosh, the car broke down. Are you kidding me? We're not even back to Kansas yet. And I got out and I was stomping and snorting, walking around, kicking these rocks, kicking the dirt. Because, we're out in the desert. There's nothing out there. No bathroom, nothing. Kicking it, just kicking it. And I called AAA and they're like, oh, it's going to be 2 hours. And I'm like, are you kidding me? We're in the desert. They said, well, are you in a safe place? And I go, no. And they go, do you have water? And I go, yes. And they said, we'll be there in 2 hours. So my daughter and the other lady, they're like, hey, this is like an adventure. And they get out, they go exploring, they're picking up rocks and they're putting them in the back of the car. They're taking photos, they're laughing, they're dancing, jumping around. And finally, after about an hour, I looked at them, I'm like, you guys are crazy. But they had learned to walk with God and they were enjoying Him. Even though it was not an unlikely circumstance, and for me, I was all mad about it. But by the end of it, I was like, okay, God. You say, well, what happened? Well, the car was absolutely dead. And out of it, I got a new car, which was much better than the old car. And was it fun? No, it wasn't fun. Did I learn something? Yeah. Make sure that when you take your car to a mechanic and you get your oil changed, that they know what they're doing. Because otherwise, your car will break down in the desert and you'll have to get a new car. So, did I learn some things? Yeah. Did I have an experience? Yeah. That's what it's like walking with God. So I'm excited that you want to walk with God. And I hope over this next season, as we're taking these walks together, you learn some really cool stuff about God. Because you know what? God's for you. And we want to walk together.